You are one in a million, and let nobody tell you otherwise. And if you're doing a degree in psychology, a bachelor's degree in psychology, then you are one in 2 million. But hey, don't get discouraged. There's always branding exercises that you can do to stand out. Today, we are going to talk about all the different things people talk about psychology. Are they true? Are they false? Is it a myth or is it real? So stay tuned and let's get into it. So there are articles about psychology degree and what you could do with it. And some of them say below it saying fact checked. It'll be interesting to see how they check their facts. In our case, the way we check our fact is by looking at real people. What have they really done with their degree? So you have a resume and it tells you that after my bachelor degree, I did this first job. It can be as factual as it can get because we are looking at thousands of people. So yeah, maybe one person lied in the resume, but not all of them. And then we aggregate it to tell you this data that I'm going to talk about. So let's start with each true or false statements. So one of the articles says that psychology is a people-oriented degree. And it is true. Well, a lot of the pieces in psychology is going to be people oriented. There are certain niches within psychology, right? So you've got the where you could use your research mind. You don't have to necessarily deal with a lot of people, but you can use the research oriented tasks and be very successful as well. But for bachelor's degree in psychology, the jobs that we saw, the first jobs were around sales. A lot of administrative roles. So administrative, you can say, depending on what role you have, you might have to deal with people or you might do some back-end things. There were roles which were associate teachers, for example, so it is definitely a people-oriented job. And then, of course, as you get your master's degree, as you get your PhD, this whole thing changes and you get jobs within your degree, right? So the second thing that we look at all the time is you need a master's degree to be very successful in psychology. I wouldn't say that you need a master's degree to be successful. We've seen thousands of people with bachelor degree as well being very successful. So I would say anybody can be successful. It doesn't really matter what degree you have. It's all in your mindset, right? But if you get your master's degree, then you have a higher chance of not just differentiating yourself, the brand thing that we spoke of, but you have a higher chance of getting a job in your specific degree choice, okay? So yes, a higher education will give you a job which is related to psychology degree. That is not a myth, that is a fact. The data also shows that. The next one says that this degree can be stressful. Well, you know what? I call that false. I mean, every degree can be stressful. It just depends on whether you're going to enjoy it and make the most of it, or you're going to get stressed out by everything that life is throwing at you, right? Yeah, philosophical, I know, but it is true. Is it fact checked? No, but I think wisdom says that if you look at it positively, your mind will make it work. But talking about psychology degree, any job can also be successful, right? So if you just apply yourself to the right things, I think it'll all work out. So again, the kind of jobs that we saw were sales associate. Sales can be very rewarding. If you know how to talk with people, and hopefully you learned that in psychology, if you know how people are thinking, you can use your sales ideas to really apply that. We've also seen marketing jobs where people in psychology degree have gone to help companies understand their clientele. Who's coming to buy what? Why are they buying this versus another product? So that can be very exciting. Any job will be stressful. It just depends on the environment you're in. But would I call psychology as a stressful degree? I say no. You can put in comments what you think. Then we have salaries. There's a lot of articles out there which talks about salaries. Salary, depending on the job, will be very low or very high. Okay, so if you're going in thinking psychology jobs pay very well, do your homework, get it fact checked. with a bachelor's degree, if you get a sales role, the sales roles can be as low as 35,000, guys. Okay, and then you can go higher than that. Of course, you can make commissions. You can work towards getting a higher salary, but the starting pay can be tough. If you go and for an administrative role, again, it might be $35,000 to $50,000. You can grow again from that point on. You can be very successful. All I'm saying is make sure that you understand what salaries are out there. Counseling jobs, therapist jobs, all of those jobs definitely will get you in the 60s, 70s range. But again, you're talking about getting a master's or a PhD degree. And right now, some students might think that, I'm going to get my master's. But after the 4 years, things change. Everything changes in our lives. Hopefully, you can still do it. You can even get your PhD. But for some reason, you need to get to working. Then just understand your options. You can still be successful. Don't be discouraged. What other things do you hear or do you read that you are like, what, I'm not sure about this? Throw it in the comments. Let us fact check for you. Let us look at our data and tell you what we see. Looking forward to it. If you like this video, please like it. Please subscribe to this channel. Also, go look at Career Unleashed. Look at the data yourself. You'll have fun doing it. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.